Hello everyone, welcome to Rise IS. I am Alok Bardhan, and in today's deep analysis session we will discuss a very important article from today's The Hindu newspaper on India's nuclear posture. So title of today's article is What India's 12 operationally deployed nuclear warhead really mean. So let's see this article first. So this article discusses mainly about recent report revelation of SIPRI, which is Stockholm International Peace Research Institute, and which said out of 190 total, 12 nuclear warhead of India is in deployed stage. And so what is the this article also discussed about no first use doctrine of India, and while India retaining its no first use policy, why India changed this nuclear deployment phase. So this article also give a difference between stockpile versus deployment, and what this deployment mean, and what is no first use architecture, and what is the current global scenario, and what this deployment mean for the world, and why this deployment can be seen as a next step to counter global threat by India. So this article is very much important for upcoming mains examination, and reading this after attending this session, please revisit this article, and we have highlighted the most important point of this article for gaining knowledge about key data and facts. So, and after attending this session, please attempt this question. It says a strategic implication of India's recent operational deployment of nuclear warhead for its no first use policy. So, recent deployment of nuclear warhead. So, these are the keyword of this question, and please try to inculcate these keywords in your answer writing to give further boost to your preparation. So let's start today's discussion with context of this article. So according to SIPRI 2026 yearbook, revealed that India has operationally deployed 12 out of its 190 nuclear warhead for the first time. So for the first time in Indian history, India's nuclear weapon is in deployed stage, and this deployment is based on ballistic missile submarine. And why this deployment is unique? Because India is not changing its no first use policy. So what is no first use policy? No first use policies which say India will not attack any country. So first hand, during any war, India will attack only in the case of attack from foreign country with nuclear weapon, and India will not use nuclear weapon with non-nuclear country. So India is shifting from dematted nuclear posture to active sea-based deployment, aiming Arihant-class submarine, which strengthen India's second strike capability. And this completes the nuclear triad and reinforces credibility of credible minimum deterrence. So credible minimum deterrence is based on MAD principle, which said full form of MAD is mutually assured destruction, which says if you attack will with nuclear weapon, we will also assure you mutually destruction. So what is India's nuclear doctrine and its core principle? So first core principle of India's nuclear doctrine is no first use policy and credible minimum deterrence. So India will not initiate a nuclear strike against any country, and India maintain a limited but survivable arsenal capable of massive retaliation. So Indian arsenal is only for retaliation purpose, not in case of first attack. Second is demated posture. So this posture is during peacetime, where nuclear warhead are stored separately from delivery system. So during peacetime, nuclear warhead separately from delivery system is called demated posture. This ensures civilian control, safety, and prevent accidental use of nuclear weapon. So, what is the operational deployment in nuclear triad? So, operational deployment means warhead are mated with delivery system and kept operational ready. So, with from the land, air, and sea, from anywhere, we can we can fire a nuclear weapon in the case of retaliation from foreign country. And this complete nuclear triad. So, aircraft, land-based missile, and sea-based submarine. So, this complete nuclear triad, India can deploy or India can fire any nuclear weapon from anywhere, land, air, or sea. Then, what is the significance of this operational deployment? So, this deployment guarantees second strike capability. So, as you know, India is holding its nuclear no first use policy. India can only retaliate with nuclear weapon in the case of attack with nuclear weapon. So, this ensures this deployment through submarine ensure survivability after the first strike. So, this ensures survivability of countries' population or countries' sovereignty. And this strengthens no first use policy. Sea based deterrence make retaliation credible, and no first use policy strengthens. This reduces land based vulnerability. So, this submerged, this submarine based deployment are difficult to detect and target. So, this gives edge in the case of war against any foreign country. And this is also can India through this can counter China because China is expanding its nuclear arsenal. About China has total near about 620 warhead, and near about 120 nuclear warhead of China is in being deployed stage. So to counter this, India first time in the Indian history started nuclear deployment phase, and this complete nuclear triad and confirm fully operational land, air, and sea deterrent. So India can counter any deterrence from the land, air, or sea. So, what is the challenges in global strategic environment? So, this weakens armed control regime because India is being considered a responsible nation, and response India doesn't use nuclear weapon in the case of first strike. So, India uses nuclear weapon for the defense of the country. So, this weakened global nuclear agreement, which further eroded with deployment of India's nuclear arsenal. So, this deployment can, because Chinese rapid expansion, India cannot counter such China's expansion due to growth in nuclear arsenal and sea-based deterrence of China. In the case, because recent usage of AI and hypersonic weapon increases miscalculation risk, so any major accident can occur with the when missile nuclear weapon is being used, being stationed as a deployed stage. Advanced anti-submarine warfare. So this improves tracking of nuclear capable submarine, and which reduces its stealth. The declining global disarmament. So this deployment threaten the nuclear threaten the global disarmament position, and nuclear weapon being increasingly and actively being deployed. So this can enhance the chance of mass miscalculation and can mass accident, or the chances of increase of tension between two nations, which further transcend into full scale warfare. So what is the current global situation? So as of January 2026, 9 nuclear states possess about 12,187 nuclear warheads, and almost all country with nuclear weapon is modernizing its nuclear arsenal, including India and China. But China modernization focus China is modernization focused on long-range missile and sea-based patrol is reshaping regional deterrence. So, what is the way forward? What can we get? Why? What we can get maximum benefit from this? So, India expanded its Arihant-class sea-based nuclear fleet for continuous deterrent patrol and develop its long-range land and sea-based delivery system. And India must maintain a strict civilian command and control over operational system. So, through maintaining Arihant-class submarine fleet for continuous deterrence and patrolling, and developing long-range land and sea-based delivery system, can India can guarantee nuclear deterrence for any country, and India must strictly maintain civilian command control over operational system, so no miscalculation can occur, and India must invest in stealth and counter anti-submarine warfare technology and clearly communicate the defensive intent of deployment, so miscommunication doesn't happen. And India must update global nuclear risk framework to address AI and hypersonic. India must update global nuclear risk framework to address the recent changes of AI and hypersonic threat. To conclude with, we can say India's deployment of 12 nuclear warheads marks the evolution of its credible minimum deterrence and strengthening second strike capability through nuclear capable submarines, and India reinforces the practical capability of no first use policy doctrine while ensuring its strategic stability in changing global security environment. So, to while maintaining its no first use policy and ensuring a strategic stability in changing security environment, this deployment is very crucial. So, thank you for attending today's session. You can download complete PDF from our website, and for further preparation, please visit our website and YouTube channel. Thank you.